Scorpio, welcome to your Celtic Cross reading. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. We're going to jump right into it today. Once more using the Dreamy Moons Tarot deck. Love it. What's going on, please? Show me Scorpio, show me Scorpio, show me Scorpio. I knew it was going to be a good day today. Woke up, get out of bed. The first thing that comes blasting at full volume into my headspace was Bowie's Moon Age Daydream. Excellent way to start the day. Freak out in a Moon Age Daydream. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Great song. Great song. What's going on, please? For the Scorpio Collective, show me Scorpio. These are general collective readings, so of course, take what resonates, leave what does not. And if I see someone else and I'm describing the situation, reverse energies as it applies. Okay? These are not one-to-one. There is, of course, always that opportunity that none of it resonates with you at all. This is normal. It does happen. Check your other placements or I'll catch you on the next one. There you go. What's going on, please, for the Scorpio Collective? What's going on? At the heart of the matter, yeah? Three of Swords. You got pain. Simply put, first card, heart of the issue, pain. Three of Swords, pain in your heart space. Okay, what's crossing it? Seven of Cups. Options in love. Feeling like our cups has been rejected, turned down. You might have stopped offering your cup to somebody. Or that something was available here, possibly in the heart space, wasn't showing up. Okay. It took its sense of option off the shelf. It withdrew it. You withdrew it. I don't know, but I see how it's affecting you. There's pain. What was once open to you is in question, if it was ever there to begin with specifically. What is hovering around you? You. Okay, so take comfort in that. At the end of the day, and this is all-encompassing, that Queen of Cups, it's in the hovering position. In other words, this influences you every day. You are an emotional being. Okay, you have a lovely, full-functioning, fully mature heart. It's going to get hurt when you operate from love, as water signs typically do, particularly us. That means we tend to be very emotionally sincere, and that also leaves us vulnerable to hurt. Nevertheless, it just makes us more capable to operate from a space of emotional maturity. So in other words, accepting that there is pain here, looking at it, being willing to look at it, to address it, that way you can heal from it and keep your heart open. A lot of people do not operate from the heart for this very reason. They're afraid of being hurt, right? So if you are indeed hurt, it helps me to know that more often than not, you typically operate from a beautiful heart space, the Queen of Cups, which means you are more likely to heal it, okay? That's the King, Queen of Cups jobs. They recognize all the emotions, not just the positive ones. That means we can process stuff emotionally faster. That's the theory. Relevant past, the Chariot. Speaking of that heart space, Cancerian energy, it doesn't have to be. Something in the past that was relevant suggests that your heart always knew how to move forward in a certain pace. Forward momentum, the swiftest vehicle. You know what it is to be in love, obviously. Okay? You know what it is to operate from a very strong heart space, so not just feeling your feelings, but moving through them. So you're telling me you're a Scorpio that typically you move through your feeling, what is right, what is not right, and you consult this first, right? You're a Chariot. Once I know my feelings, I know how to move forward, is what you're telling me. What is exiting? Death. You. There is something about you that's shifting, changing, transforming, transmuting. This is what we do. What that is specifically, I could not say. It could be that you are processing a loss and you are coming out of that process and it's in the exit position. It could directly have something to do with you and how you are shifting, changing, transforming, and hopefully that process is almost complete. We shall see. A lot of water here today. What awaits you? King of Wands. This is either your energy or it's someone presenting themselves to you. I cannot say yet. It's in your future orientation. For now, I'm defaulting that is you. And in terms of your passionate intensity, ambition, confidence is starting to pick up after you undergo whichever this is. Okay? You have things to look forward to. Your fire's picking up. Again, it could be outside energy. We shall see. Your strengths, Page of Cups, you are willing to open your heart once more, even if it's in the smallest of ways. We are emotional investors. Okay? So once we find something, someone, situation, place, circumstance, work that we can start to open our heart up into, as long as it feels safe, we will continue to invest, and that cup will expand. Okay? That is our strength, of course. Your environment, healing, very good. I'm happy to see that. I like this. We are living currently in a place of peace, tossing the waters around back and forth. Healing, active healing, and it's in your environment. So that tells me that you are prizing stability, calmness, and quiet in your environment at this time. It's very gentle, and it says, this is between me and me. I'm healing things of my own accord. My heart hurts. I lost an option in love. Perhaps something fully exited. I don't know. But you're showing me active self-involvement. This is my job to heal. You're telling me, good, and so it is. It is our job to heal. Okay? You want that kind of energy outside of you, it has to start from within you. And that's what I see you doing. You're showing me, again, those aspects of emotional maturity. I've been hurt. I accept it. I acknowledge it. I allow myself to feel it. A lot of people refuse to feel their pain. And this is where all the screw-up comes in. You're telling me, I feel the pain. I'm very aware of that pain, Christina. And it's also on me to resolve it. So you're showing me a lot of ownership. I want you to take that with you. You're not perfect. You're not trying to be, but you are saying, healing begins with me. Okay? Hopes and fears. To take action, to not take action, to communicate, to not communicate. How to put something forward, how not to. How should you respond or not respond to something. Outcome. The Hanged Man. You're going to go through a period of pause. That's fine, given the situation. That makes perfect sense to me. The Hanged Man isn't always a bad guy. Sometimes it's just, look, man, I need to go upside down and think about things. So it's looking like it's a pause with purpose. That's what you're showing me. Again, I see you being very calm, very fluid in your natural home space. There's a Knight of Swords. There's the sense in you that you might have to take action outside of you or communicate outside of you. For some reason, that's on your mind. It could be something coming towards you. But for the most part, you seem to be very content with doing what it is that you do. Emotional processing, understanding yourself, what the hell happened, feeling your way around it, and healing from it. Okay? It's pretty straightforward. What it is that caused you pain, I don't know, but it's dead center reading. And we're going to start right there. Show me that Three of Swords, please. Show me that Three of Swords, please. Show me that Three of Swords. Show me that Three of Swords. Show me that Three of Swords. Show me the pain. Don't fake it, baby. Lay the real thing on me. The Church of Man Love is such a holy place to be. Show me that you really care. Make me jump into the air. Tell you what, it's a great song. Great song. I love it. Freak out. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be one of those people that sings on camera. I know that's annoying. I know it's annoying. I'm just saying. I feel good. Show me that Three of Swords. Show me that Three of Swords, please. Show me that Three of Swords. Show me that Three of Swords, please. Oh. How interesting. For some of you, the Magician was isolated. Manifestation. Either you are, or someone outside of you is. Interesting. We'll see if that comes into play later. Three of Swords. Yeah. Queen of Swords. Five of Wands. Okay. Page of Wands. You turned down your energy towards something or someone because you were angry. You were frustrated, and your mind acknowledged it and says, I don't want to be angry. The more you stay engaged in this situation, the more it frustrates you, it angers you, and it causes you pain. You're telling me consciously, as that Queen of Swords, I understand that in my involvement in this, whatever it is, I'm actually just hurting myself. And that's a very strong acknowledgement. Very strong. It's looking like you withdrew your participation in something that A, frustrated you, B, had no conclusion, C, you were contributing to it, and you contributing to it meant you, in fact, were helping cause your own pain. You're looking at it, and you're kind of like, shucks, Scorpio, you did it again. Yeah, I did it again. I was contributing to something that ultimately just pissed me off, disappointed me, and hurt me. Why was I doing that? Why was I doing that? And you are. Your frustration is here. Your anger is here. But you're looking at it, or at least you had begun the process of kind of coolly detaching from it, because you don't want to be in that anger space, right? It defeats the purpose of having an open heart. It doesn't feel right, especially if you are the Scorpio I'm looking at, that you are used to operating from an open heart. You don't like being angry. It's like, that's a waste of my energy. I agree, 100%. I don't like being angry either. It is a waste of energy. So how do we transform that? How do we transmute it? How do we turn it into something that works for us? I don't know, but that's what you were trying to figure out relatively soon, now, happening now. Okay? You are frustrated, you are pissed off, and that's why you turned it down. Page of Wands. It's like, this is not... What am I doing? This is stupid. Why am I doing this? Why am I because you're literally looking at yourself, holding yourself responsible for the pain. I'm not saying someone didn't help you. What I'm saying is, for your side of it, because it takes two, you're actually more angry with yourself for participating. Seven of Cups. Show me that Seven of Cups, please, in the challenge position. Options in love. Didn't know how to navigate the feelings. Particular cups were not explored, if they were ever there to begin with. Let's take a look. Show me that Seven of Cups, please. Show me that Seven of Cups. Show me that Seven of Cups. Show me that Seven of Cups. Right? When we fight like that, when we give our energy contribution to something that just pisses us off and frustrates us, and it's not communicating well, or the behaviors are not coming out well, and if you are someone, again, who is that emotionally mature, you're going to catch it, you're going to see it, and be like, what was I doing? Why was I doing that? What was the purpose? All it does is hurt me. Seven of Cups. Let's get one more on that. I need to see this in the challenge. This is interesting. Two of Cups, the Moon, King of Pentacles. Somebody's love energy would not come forward. So we kind of withdrew it, took it off the shelf, and we stopped being open to it. We stopped displaying our cups to this person. You stopped presenting yourself as an option to whoever this is. Could be Pisces. We also have some earth energy here. Does not have to be. Don't get caught up in that. It's about the energy. Somebody's energy here, King of Pentacles, I am seeing that as something outside of you. It could be you, but stayed in the Moon energy, particularly their feelings. They weren't ever terribly revealed, or they weren't comfortable with them. That King and Queen of Pentacles is all about the comfort zone, okay? And somebody in their very material world and in their very material mind could literally not get comfortable with their feelings in this. And I think that's where your frustration was born. There was no big revelation here with the Moon about what the hell's going on. And your cups, how are they being received, if at all? What they felt about you, confusion. Why is it so hard to understand what the hell's going on here? Why somebody's feelings are constantly hidden or taken off the shelf, or they act like they don't matter, or they hide behind their material world. Someone was not comfortable presenting the truth of their feelings, ever. Not really. That's some long-term energy right there. That's a long time of, I don't know if I can come forward with what I feel. You know? And that's why understanding one's feelings was always the challenge. I have every reason to believe you withdrew your cup as an option, or you just stopped making it available. Whether or not they had feelings for you, I believe so, but it was in a place I don't think they themselves could access or really see. I've been seeing similar energy like this surrounding you for a while, for the past several readings. Someone who keeps perpetually shoving their feelings under the Moon because they're just not quite comfortable with them. They won't quite acknowledge them. They'd like to. They don't know where to begin. And so they default to, well, I'm comfortable just not looking at it. It's too weird, it's too scary, or it's too challenging, or I can't open up. I'm just going to go ahead and keep sweeping that under the rug. Okay? I've been seeing that kind of energy for you, outside of you, for weeks. That's still going on. But it's looking like, here's the difference now between this reading, however, and whatever else I've been seeing for you for weeks, is that you are saying this whatever this is, I don't want to keep participating in it. It just hurts to keep my cup open towards this person. All it does is hurt me. And I take ownership of that. I withdraw my cup. I understand that perhaps me offering my cup to this person might have actually made things worse. Right? They're not in a position to take it, and I probably knew that to some extent. You know? Because I do see you being angry with yourself. But it's done so from an intelligent point of view. It is, rationally speaking. You're looking at what the hell's going on. And you're like, you know what? I probably shouldn't have put that cup out there. I think it's very honest. I do. I think it's very honest. You know? This person's not equipped to take that cup or to get it or understand it, or, you know, if anybody's that confused about their feelings, yeah, you just keep going like this. It becomes self-defeating, yeah? And I don't think they're a bad person. They themselves were terribly confused about their own feelings towards you. And not being willing to look at it just reinforced the frustration. So it was a circular energy, right? All right. Your hovering influences in all things that you do. You, Queen of Cups. You try to approach everything you do with full heart. It's also tied to your, it's also tied to your relevant past. You might have some very strong Cancer in your chart, by the way. Everything you do through love. Everything you do with the strength of your own heart, will, and convictions. Okay? That is a very important point to you. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. You know, you really wanted stability here, and you really did have good intentions here, whatever they are. You did. You felt that you were coming from and always operate from a place of stability. You have your own comfort zone, you know? You have your own idea of what makes you comfortable. You also have a very strong idea of what it is that you are worth with that Ace of Pentacles. So when you tell me, in terms of your energetic influence around your life, that you approach everything you do with calmness, love, and a sense of purpose is attached to you. You've made that very clear to me. Everything you do with a certain level of sincerity. Everything you do, it's like, is this the best of me? Okay? And the best of you feels sad because you have so much to offer. Okay? You have so much to offer. And you've been disappointed in love. So the fact that you are still trying to show me I keep an open heart, I still know my worth, that's a critical thing, and that I'm just as stable as anyone else, and I have just as much to offer attached to me as anyone else, perhaps if not more so, because you know everything I do with heart and conviction, not just payout, not just the shiny shit, not just my achievements, but because I live through my convictions, I actually am a pretty happy person. I have a lot going for me. It's just in relationships, possibly with this person, you've been disappointed. The best of you has quite a bit to offer in here. And you are also stable. And you just want to throw that love, care, and affection on somebody who appreciates it, gets it, reciprocates it. And you've been disappointed in this particular arena. So I want you to be careful with that Four of Cups. It's very easy to get caught in that emotional pattern. You know, of, oh, why me, why me, why me? I think your energy is too big for that. I do. You're showing me Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. So while you feel that from time to time, disappointment, I don't want you to get lost in that, because then you will start to loosen, or lose, I should say, I'm sorry, your value. All right? So don't, by all means, we're all going to feel that Four of Cups from time to time, but don't stay there. Okay? Show me the Chariot. You're telling me you have skills in moving on with, again, strength of heart. Show me the Chariot. 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 Very bold. Very you. Very bold energy you have. When you want to move forward, you move forward. That's the benefit to having an open heart. Once you move forward, you go. Relevant past. The Wheel of Fortune. Ace of Wands. Yeah. Ten of Pentacles. It's that, and I want you to remember this, and Spirit's pointing this out to you, and that's beautiful. I think that's a great reminder. Again, somebody who operates from an open heart space, somebody who operates from strength of conviction of self. You have a history of literally, goodness me, you have an established history of literally making your dreams come true. So you need to remember that. It's a relevant past that is contributing to your present day, and it's going to continue to do well for you in your future orientation. If you can remember to always operate from that space of, this is my heart at its most boldest self. This is what I believe to be true, and this is how I move forward in the world. You can't go wrong. For that particular Scorpio, this is your recipe for success. This is what has literally built your foundation. And this is very true for water signs, more so with Scorpio. Once our heart is happy, our outer world expands. Once you figured out where it is that you want to put your heart the most is where you receive the best payout. And your foundation is rocking. You followed your inspiration, and it has made you secure. With the boldness of that movement, the inspiration, your outer world expanded largely. So do not forget what it is that you have been able to achieve. Do not forget your achievements in light of pain. Remember, this is how you're supposed to operate, and this is lending to who you are to this very day. So by all means, you're going to hang out in that Four of Cups for a little bit, but do not forget that once you are prepared to move forward, you will indeed move forward. Spirit's told you you've done it before. And I'm thinking this is where I'm seeing your Queen of Pentacles and your Ace of Pentacles energy. It is not them, it is you. And I knew that. You told me immediately, this is what I'm worth. And I got to it, not from being sword, not from being fire, not from being pentacle, but because everything I've done through my heart. I know what I feel. Reminds me of that song. What's that one by Nelly Furtado? I love what I feel. Yes, it's kind of like that being a Scorpio. Once we love what we do, I love what I feel. I don't apologize for my feelings. I do what I do, I move how I move, and I love who I love. And I'm not looking for approval. It just is, right? But here you admit that kind of approach with this person didn't work. But that doesn't mean you should lose sight of self. Now, death is on the exit. Could be connecting to fellow Scorpio, Cancer, and Earth, like I said. Oh, Pisces. Yeah, all the water's here. All the water's here. I love what I feel. I could show you my mind. Oh, but you don't mean nothing at all to me. Yeah, that's the idea. You could have had everything, but again, I don't think it's like that with this person. It's kind of like you understand you have so much to give, and you want to get in that space where you can share it with somebody. Okay. Show me death, please. Show me death. Show me death. Show me death, please, and the exiting. I've been hearing that song like crazy, actually. There's a reason I brought it up. It's one of those songs that you used to hear all the time, then you don't hear it. And then for some reason you start hearing it again a lot. I've been hearing that one like crazy lately. I don't know why. Maybe I'm supposed to bring it up. Yeah, Knight of Cups, your emotional expression. King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, you blocked it. You have some beautiful, lovely water fire here, and you stopped doing it. That's one of the things about you that is exiting. It's a portion of you, not all of who you are. It's looking like you're transforming your energy, it looks like to me. It's active. It's looking like you're getting through the final phases of it. It's very spiritual. And there's a lot of metaphor, and I apologize that it's so terribly vague, but it's looking like the Scorpio I'm looking at. You've done your thing where you go, time out, and you are starting to transform your feelings. How they used to be pointed at someone, you're not pointing them. And that's our process. It takes us a while. You know, I would remind you to stay in the present as much as possible. Remember your achievements. And you need to separate how much you've managed to do from this concept. You're a powerful creator. You bring your world into reality based on heart and vision. Beautiful. This person's not part of that. I can see where you tried to incorporate them, and you regret having done that. Okay? And so now you're in this space where you're having to transform your energy towards them. And that is literally your emotional expression, Knight of Cups, your romanticism, and your vulnerability that you tried to point towards this person. You're transforming that. And the King of Wands, which is interesting because that's in your immediate future. The passion that you used to feel for them, as well as the natural love. They were both here. You had love and fire for this person. Nine of Wands, you are actively blocking it because you're in the process of transforming it. When this is complete, I do not know, but you'll be in a better position to completely let this go when you're done. Okay? So again, there's no rush here on that energy. You're taking your time, as you should. And you obviously are someone who has a great deal going on anyway, but all good things. It's not work just for the sake of it. You actually, again, have a lot of value attached to you. And that's why I want you to keep that at the positivity, at the forefront of your mind, and at the forefront of your heart. Do not lose sight of what you're worth. All right? You putting energy into something that pissed you off just to still have nothing to show for it. You still don't know what their feelings are. That doesn't cheapen or taken away from your accomplishments. Remember, you did this on your own. It doesn't feel like it's attached to this person. So I know this feels like a failure. It's not. It's not. It's only a failure if you choose not to learn from it. Then it's a failure. Then you're more likely to repeat it. I don't think you're trying to do that. And that's also why I said pay attention to that Four of Cups energy. I'm always disappointed in love. You're disappointed in love for now. Okay, but it's not going to always be like that. Refer to your past history. So as far as I can tell, you're transforming your feelings for this person. So you're no longer pointing your energy at them. It is, I can believe, a letting go process. All right? It's going to take some time, so don't push yourself, but do be aware of it as you move along. Show me that King of Wands, please. Show me that King of Wands. Show me that King of Wands, please, in your immediate future. Show me that King of Wands, please, in your immediate future. Show me that. Show me that King of Wands, please. King of Cups, that's you. Strength, very beautiful, very good. Two of Swords. You're showing me a little bit of confusion about how to move forward, but the bigger part of you says, look, I feel better, and I'm going to start showing myself more strength and movement again. I'm going to start clearing some of these things up. So you've got some question marks in you regarding direction, I believe, but for the most part, the bigger parts of you have a very, by the way, you have lots of heads of state in you. I've seen your practical side. I've seen your loving side, which is the dominant part by far. Beautiful. Water energy, that's the way it should be for you. I've seen your water dominance, I've seen your fire dominance, and I've also seen your earth dominance. You actually are quite diversified. You are very diversified, Scorpio. You're showing me a certain strength of will. And despite whatever confusion and pain there is, you're showing me strength of resolve to continue on in that space that you have always known, and that is to operate from a full heart. A mature heart. It's kind of like I don't know necessarily where I'm going with my feelings. I just know that I'm going to be okay. Okay? You're showing me strength of will and conviction, and your energy is starting to pick back up for you. You're putting your fire back literally into yourself. As you take it off this energy, this person, you're putting it back into you. It's giving you that sense of rise, strength, and ambition once more. That's beautiful. That's the whole process. That's what we do. What I used to give to this is no more. I'm learning to redirect it back to me. This is the best of me. I wanted to share it with this. I can't. I'm going to put it back into me. Okay? And it does kind of feel like a bad call, and I can see why. It's like I'm usually so competent. It's like your energy saying, I'm usually so competent, Christina, in other areas of my life, but I admit I kind of fucked that one up. You know, we all that kind of thing up from time to time. It's like we really feel a connection is something that it isn't. We want it to be something it isn't, or it won't come forward of its own accord. It won't make itself known. I don't know what to do with this. And I'm starting, you told me at some point with the Seven of Cups in the challenge position that you started to lose interest for it. And that your anger response, I think, is real. And it's frustration within you. It's, I never should have made my cup available to this person to begin with. You know, and it's like, that's a bad call. But typically, you're like, I'm typically otherwise a pretty decent, competent Scorpio, Christina. And you're getting back into yourself. That's all I know. And you're giving yourself permission to get back into that space of operating through love. Once more. Passion, direction, focus. Okay, Page of Cups is in your strength. You say your strength is your willingness to keep your heart open. To not shut it off, to not become jaded, to not become cynical, right? Show me that Page of Cups, please. Show me that Page of Cups. Show me that Page of Cups. Show me that Page of Cups, please. Show me that Page of Cups. Show me that Page of Cups. I like how you put so much energy and enthusiasm into your foundation. It's real, it's genuine, it's not fake. I'm not saying it's not without work, but you are generally happy to do it. You do very well there. Very well. And time is also pointing out to you, more often than not, Scorpio, honey, when you follow your Ace of Wands, you tend to do well. You tend to do well. Show me that Page of Cups, please. Ace of Swords, Truth, Five of Swords, Knight of Swords. Oh my, my, my. My, my, my. There is this thing where you're cutting out something in your heart that says, yes, I'm open to love, but sometimes perhaps I open my cup to the wrong thing. I'm trying to learn that, I'm trying to look at it, and I'm trying to take care of that piece. That's a lot of mental admission right there. You're learning certain truths. You're learning certain truths. That yes, good. You know how to keep your heart space open. But there's something in your heart that you're like, there's some shit I need to deal with. Do I sometimes set myself up for sabotage? And what am I learning about that? What have I learned about that? Taking action towards it, you're actually being quite severe. Critically, with your thoughts. Swords are thoughts as well as communication and action. Oh boy. Here's something that you've been trying to ignore, but you can't really. About what it is to keep your heart open, and to who. When you keep it open for you, it's beautiful. You do beautiful things. But when you open it up to the wrong people, some of you have a little history of doing that. Giving trust to the wrong people. And why do you do that? Right? Yep, these are all good questions. Temperance is in your environment. Healing, being calm, being quiet, tossing those waters around. Okay? Show me temperance, please. Show me temperance. Show me temperance. You might have some sags in your chart, but right now you're trying to cultivate a healing environment for you. Again, it's quiet. It's soft. Okay? We're thinking about these things. You have primary responsibilities outside of this that are actually quite well. And do not forget your worth. You need to take your worth with you when you keep your heart open towards somebody. King of Wands, Temperance, the Fool, good, the Hanged Man. Your energy is starting to generate in a positive direction. It's still asking for more time. It still has more cleanup to do. But I promise you, I saw it right here on the bridge to your future orientation. The more you ask yourself the hard questions, the more you continue to operate through love and that which actually contributes to your life daily in the way that's positive and productive. You really get back into your comfort zone. I'm telling you, your home is a place of quiet right now, personal sanctuary. And as you continue to operate that, I don't just mean blocking people and shutting them off. That's not what I mean. I mean you actively healing, you actively focusing on that which matters. It's still on pause, but your King of Wands, and you have a lot of fire in you. But your King of Wands energy, which is right here on the bridge, he's starting to show up stronger. Your sensation as the Fool, that spiritual energy to open up, is starting to get stronger. We're not deploying it just yet, but it's just a matter, literally, of time. Okay? It's just a matter of time. That beautiful energy will come bursting forth sooner rather than later. Just not quite yet. It's gaining a lot of momentum. Man, some of you are gearing up, energetically speaking. Ooh, that ambition's climbing very high. Some of you are ready to take off on new journeys, something that really puts your fire forward. Just not yet. Just not yet. Man. Oh my goodness. Show me that Knight of Swords, please. Show me that Knight of Swords, please. Show me that Knight of Swords. Show me that Knight of Swords. Show me that Knight of Swords, please. Ten of Swords. Pain, Five of Wands, the frustration, Nine of Cups. Oy, oy, oy. That's some frustration there, that's for certain. Hopes and fears, Knight of Swords. Do I have to do anything about this? I see you using your Knight of Swords already pretty much on yourself in regards to being very confrontational about your thoughts. And do you have deceptive tendencies, self-sabotage tendencies in regards to keeping your heart, quote-unquote, open to the wrong people? I want you to continue to examine that. Okay. Please be aware that your energy is strongly gaining momentum. For what reason? I don't know. I just know that the longer you take time out to heal and not engage in the matters of the heart, your energy is starting to build. Where it's going to release, I could not say. But it's headed somewhere, and it's for a reason. So take this time out to your advantage. Rest up. Now, the Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords, Five of Wands, the Nine of Cups. There is a feeling in you that you wonder if you don't need to go backwards and clean up some of the shit. You don't know if you're supposed to. Some of you feel like that frustration in you in this situation was never resolved. Okay? A part of you feels a sense of responsibility to perhaps go back to the battlefield and look at it, see if there's anything in there that you need to clean up, to look at. Part of you feels like it's your obligation and a responsibility to go back to the past and try to resolve the pain, try to resolve the ending, and your kind of the question is, should I? It's up to you. That is 100% up to you. When you say you had to withdraw your cup as an option towards this person and that you probably never should have tried to give that to them to begin with, I believe you. It caused you more harm than good to try to do that. Okay? Especially since they were like feelings. I don't know what those are. That's more or less the wall you were running into with that person. You look at this ending and you're wondering if you're done cleaning it up. Is there still more parts to play? Some of you might be on the receiving end of very angry responses from whomever this is. It could be that that's the frustration within you that you still feel. Is it my responsibility to try to work this out, or to clarify myself, or to take action towards it? You have to decide that for you. It's one of the things that's on your mind, but it's also part of your question over here is if I do that, would I be setting myself up for failure again? If I try to resolve any more with that situation like I do with myself, is that just me looking for an excuse to re-engage with them? So that's something to think about. This kind of pressure you feel that maybe it'd be a good thing to clear up the battlefield, to justify actions, your anger, the frustration, why the ending's here at all. You wonder if that falls on you. I'm going to go back to that Knight of Swords that you showed me over that little bit of heart space that says you're willing to be open. That willingness to be open to someone who's not available is what got you in trouble in the first place. Something to think about. You offering forward an apology, explaining yourself, the frustration, why you did what you did, is that just another form of you trying to re-engage with something that you know you probably shouldn't? It's on your mind. I don't see you taking action. I see it's on your mind, consciously as well as spiritually. Should I go back and say I'm sorry? God, I'm getting hit with the music today. I'm getting hit with the fucking music today. Dido, white flag. I've caused nothing but trouble. I'll understand if you can't talk to me again. And if you live by the rules that it's over, then I'm sure that it makes sense. I actually see you, that's what I heard specifically right now. I see you as having ended it, but you might have done it sloppily. And it was born in that moment of, this is stop right now. So it might have left a lot of frays, like when you cut a rope and it's done, you see how it spirals and it starts to fray at the end? Okay. There's a lot of frays at the end of that cut. And you seem to understand that it falls on you. You might have done a hard exit. There might have been harsh words. There might have been none at all. It just depends. But you want to know if you need to be involved with cleanup. Should you explain yourself? Should you apologize? The only reason I'm hesitant to say that is because I feel like you know, somewhere in the back of your Scorpio heart, if you offered any sort of amends, which, if I'm being honest with... Okay, I'm going to hold on that thought. You extending any sort of communication, apology, or a little bit of heart space towards this person is what got you into trouble to begin with. So even if you left in a not pretty way, you addressing that is kind of going back to what started this whole thing. Some of you are looking for reasons to put your foot back in the door. And the biggest one by far is most likely how you exited it. So I want you to go back to your sets of morals and standards and say, is whatever this action I'm considering, is it worthy of me? Or when I exited this, was that a demonstration of where my worth really lies? When you were engaged in this activity with this person, whatever this is, it was not worthy of you. You knew that. That's why you cut it. And I feel like if you try to reapproach it, it's coming from a manipulative background space that says, maybe this is my opportunity to try to say a little something, get it going. So I'm going to point that out to you now. Okay? It's on your mind. I don't see you having done it. I don't. There are times when you have to forcibly exit. I'm not saying it's pretty. And I don't think you would have done it unless you were that frustrated and hurt. There are two faults here. One I've pointed out many times. One where you kept offering a cup. That you knew at some point they were not taking. They weren't taking it seriously. They weren't taking it at all. And there's the other side of it, which I have not mentioned until this point. They shouldn't have let you try. because they kept sneaking away from it under the moon. But they did let you try. So hopefully that tells you why I'm explaining to you the answer is no. Okay. I think you're otherwise a very strong-willed, very competent Scorpio, but when it comes to this person, sometimes you contemplate them from a space of, I'm looking for a reason. I'm looking for a reason. And to reconnect, engage, to say something, anything. You know, and that's because you love them. That's why you need more time. That's why you're showing me Temperance. That's why you're showing me Hanged Man. This concept you have, this idea you have, is not a representation of the energy you have yet to shed. You understand? So if you ever reapproach this person or talk to them, you need to be in a space where you don't hand them your heart anymore. All right? I'm not saying you're doing it. I don't see you doing it. It's contemplative. And I think if you reached out to this person now, even if it's just to say, you know, I'm sorry, this is what I was thinking and why, if you're going to do that, and there's nothing wrong with that, if you feel that's what you need to do, I'm discouraging it now because your heart's still in a vulnerable space. You're not done transforming that energy. In other words, if you try to do whatever this is, I think you'll go back to connecting from a space that you know doesn't work. You know this works. But when you put your love into this person and your fire, it did not come out the way to which you are accustomed. I'm just saying you're still vulnerable right now. And I don't want you to put yourself in a position where your heart goes back out there, even if it's for good reasons or good intentions. A part of you knows this in the back of your head. Now, if you're the one sitting there screaming, I shouldn't have to make amends, they're the ones that blah, blah, blah. Again, it takes two. It takes two. You can't point in your heart at someone who clearly said, I mean, you can try, but I'm not going to give it back to you. Takes two. You know that. Scorpio looks at that. And that's why you kick yourself in the ass. Okay? Real talk. The Hanged Man. So yes, your energy's on pause. I don't want you to do anything until you feel that you have honestly transformed that energy. Okay? That you know your heart, your fire, your sex, whatever, all those things most likely no longer point to that person. And then perhaps you can trust your decision making when it comes to them, if at all. But for right now, I think your objective should be non-activity. There. Okay? Continue to feed that which feeds you. That's the rule. This person does not feed you. They do not feed you emotionally, and as far as I can tell, mentally, physically. There you go. It's like when you were connecting with that person, you were on a really bad diet. You got a whole bunch of nothing, and it probably didn't taste very good. You know? Whereas over here, beautiful. Gorgeous. Show me that Hanged Man, please. Show me that Hanged Man. Show me that Hanged Man. Suspended activity. While your energy continues to build and repair, it will continue to rise. Show me that Hanged Man, please. Knight of Pentacles, Death, the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Well, something about the very slow, whatever that slow energy is, the Knight of Pentacles, whatever that is, stopped. Put the smack down on that. Okay. I know you. Whatever your slow movement was in this, you've stopped it. I got that. Whatever was not coming in, couldn't make up its mind, wouldn't get direction, wouldn't get focus. It was taking too long. You put it into that. Okay, and now you are literally in this interim of suspension and time is needed. I want to push a little bit further past that. Your energy might be more prepared to come out in love and in life closer to Piscean season. Can I see more on this Wheel of Fortune, please? Can I see more on this Wheel of Fortune? Can I see more on this Wheel of Fortune, please? You might be in a fuller state of repairs and the ability to just put your energy outside of your home. I think a little further out, King of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Page of Swords, you are opening back up into your state of independence and being very determined about that. I'm going to concern myself with my business, focus on my energies. This is my kingdom, this is what I'm building, and that's the only thing I'm concerned about at this time. That's a very strong determination, and I think it's working for you. I see how it has contributed to your lifestyle already. You've already put on your hard hat on that one. I've already made that determination, thank you. Nine of Pentacles, I'm loud, I'm proud. Actually, no, your energy is remarkably quiet. When you're at home, you're really in a strong element that says I'm healing, and I'm stable, and I'm good, and I'm not looking to the outside world to tell me how to operate, you know? I already know that. It's just right now I'm sorting lessons when it comes to this particular situation. So yeah, you're doing quite well. You will put the focus on yourself. I strongly suspect your energy will be more out and about, like that. Closer to Pisces season. Okay, a little bit more on the side of, okay, I'm willing to open up. Okay, I'm willing to come out of hanged man, that kind of thing. I'm not really sure. The focus right now is on you. And as for this process, I kind of want you to leave that alone until you understand that if you talk to this person at all, your feelings will no longer point to them in that way. And this is something you're still transforming. Okay? Okay, where are we on time? Oh, that's not bad. Critical time text, please. I really like your foundation. And just please keep in mind your Chariot. Your biggest, strongest, swiftest heart has always done well for you when you've known where you're going. When it comes to this energy, you never knew where you were going, so you got nothing in return. And again, that was 2 parts. And this is the only time I see you deviate from your expectations. I put myself into everything, and if it gives me back, I give it more. And thus I am successful. That's a pretty typical Scorpio cycle. Okay. But with this person, that formula didn't work. And we need to look at why. Okay? And it was 2 parts. It was 2 parts. Here's the thing. This person desires the cups that you were trying to offer, and then said, no, I don't. They did very deeply. They desired the love you had to offer, but they themselves wouldn't actually attach themselves to it. But that didn't keep them from letting you try. The 27th might be important. Of what month I could not say, as well as the 10th, the 7th in general, and then 2nd in general. Let's see, your foundation energy. Some of you are quite preoccupied anyway. You've got some growing stuff in your foundation. Again, I can't say I'm surprised. You've shown me very strong aspects to stability and self-worth. Again, you throw your whole heart into that, and it has done you very well. Actually, some of you are entering into a phase of rapid cycle. Or I should say rapid expansion. Stuff's coming in kind of quick right now. Or it will be soon. And that's another reason why I don't want you moving too far into your emotional world, because right now your foundation is, if it's not picking up yet, it will be. Your busyness is about to increase. So, FYI, Devil, Capricorn, Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles, someone's watching you. I don't feel like that's you, since you've done such a remarkable job of keeping your energy to yourself, because you don't really fully trust yourself yet. I don't feel like that's you. I'm not saying they're a bad person, but somebody very much intensely watches the other person. And they see your growth. They do see your growth. How they're reacting to it, I don't know. Except they're all watching, no action. That's exactly what I would call that. That is all watch, no action. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. This person's saying I can't handle it. I wouldn't even know where to begin to approach this subject. It's too immature and obsessive. It's how they're reacting to this. I don't think they're like that all the time. But how they're reacting to this is, well, I'm going to watch that Scorpio and not do anything about it. Super intensely. Yeah, see, yeah. They are watching your growth. Your back is turned to them. Manifestation. You are manifesting interest, I believe, in other areas. Particularly, you just want to feel like you again. Okay? You really want to feel like you again. You want to feel open to life, passionate, creative, fiery. Okay? I was looking for prominent timelines. I couldn't see too many other than some very specific dates. Anything else in here, please? For some of you, the 14th or 14 in general is a reference number. I don't know why. It might be terribly important to you. It's also 14 is the power number of Sagittarius. You might have some strong Sagittarius in your chart, then in which case I want you to follow that particular energy for a bit until you feel better. And then for others of you, 14 is just confirmation for some reason. 14 is attached to you. I don't know why. 13 is actually our power number, but 14, I just keep seeing 14. There you go. 14 is confirmation of you. Your healing, your success, and where you are for some reason. Death, that's you. 6 of Swords. I know, you actively chose to move forward to pursue the happiness that you could have. Okay. You kind of took an assessment like, am I getting to where I need to be love-wise in terms of goals? No. Should I move on? Yeah. Again, your energy can be very forward and blunt when it wants to be. You put so much time and stress and labor into this, worrying about it, fussing over it, whatever the situation was. You extended a lot of energy into this in terms of... you think you thought about it a lot. You carried a lot of energy for it. And that's why you're letting it go. You carried way too much energy for something that you just could not emotionally harmonize with. Or it would not present itself to you in a way that you understood or was fair. The 19th, the 10th, like I said, the 9th might be important. The 24th, the 26th, the 29th, 3 of Cups, March might be important. Yeah, so I said 14. I'm telling you, many of you are not going to, like, I guess you will, peek your head out the front door, okay, until about March. Let's call it Piscean season, when your energy feels more socially and emotionally constructive. In the meantime, you got your foundation that's keeping you well occupied. There's a lot of activity in there. I couldn't even begin to point it down. It was expansion, rapid. Okay? But yes, I don't see many of you coming out of hibernation. And there's good old Sagittarian 14 energy. Healing. You will not be in a place of emotional healing. The ability to come together socially or emotionally with other people, this person, anything until about March. Pisces season. So that's late February to late March. Then there might be some connectivity or reconnectivity. It could go either way. All right? Yeah, there you are, literally opening up to that very thing that we were just discussing. Yes, your heart seems to be much softer and much more open to the idea of reconciliation, healing, not just with this situation, but where you feel more at peace with you, okay? Where you can feel more compassionate like you typically do, where you can feel a fuller heart like you typically do. Like I said, the whole basis of your operating principle has always been, I am emotionally secure, I have a huge heart, and I'm very aware of my feelings. Queen of Pentacles, I'm also very grounded and very comfortable. My home is a priority to me, and so it has been. You made your foundation your world, and that's because you operated through love and sincerity. You were never fucking around with that. Okay, but for some reason this person really goes outside your norms in terms of how you typically approach things. Why you made the exception for them, I don't know. That's up to you. I really don't know. You made the exception for this person, and I think they wanted you to some extent, but then they still shied away from it. You know? I really don't know. You otherwise operate from love. But when it comes to this person, you understand there's a little bit of self-deceptive energy in your heart when it comes to them. And that's why I would encourage you to not reapproach this, to clean it up, to address it until you know you don't point yourself at that person anymore like you did. Is there anything else here, please? The third, I'm seeing that more as March. Doesn't have to be, but I'm seeing that more as social, emotional activity for you early spring. Like I said, you kind of come out of hibernation at that time. Right now, you're on hangman duty. The Empress, yeah, heavy March energy. Heavy March energy. Right there. Yes, okay. I got something for you in March. Okay. I think, again, let's just call it Pisces season. There is something here that suggests there will be connectivity that's positive, truth-oriented, and resourceful. It's either new connectivity or reconnectivity. I don't know, but you're telling me you're showing up with healing and reconciliation and compassion. Your heart space is soft again. And there's somebody here who's like, hey, Scorpio, I want to talk to you. They got some energy behind that truth, so that's interesting. And I'm seeing it March. There you go. That's when you seem to be a little more open to it. There you are again. Yeah, they want to talk to you. They want to talk to you. I don't know who it is, but you do. You got enough on your plate. That's what I want you to focus on. What is your priority? Your priority is healing, getting your energy back up on the rise, and then taking care of the things that you already have in play, which as far as I can tell is a lot. It's a big part of who you are. Your worth as well as your heart is in this, and it's still very active. So continue to operate from this space until you feel like you are more able to put yourself back out there socially and emotionally. I don't want you addressing this just yet, if at all. It may not happen at all. That's one of the things, the benefits of healing you can understand. If you reapproach this, you'll understand why your real motivation is. Instead of, could that just be my opportunity to talk to them maybe? Okay? We don't want to operate from that space. If you're going to reconnect with this person, you need to know why. And if you're actually in a space to connect with them in that way. All that Spirit's telling me is not yet. There will come an opportunity, I believe, when it might appear in the real world, yeah. The point is that you'll be better equipped for it at that time, just not right now, okay? Whatever it is that you decide to do. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. And I'm not saying you're getting back together. I'm not saying that you patch things up. What I'm saying is if you talk to this person or anyone at all, you're just not emotionally ready to be open yet. You know? You have a beautiful heart. You have a beautiful sense of stability. You have a beautiful sense of worth. So until you're ready, you keep that to you. All right? Okay. Was there anything else? Yeah, let's do something from the Infinity, please. The Infinity Oracle, show me. What's going on here, please? You consider yourself, I believe, to be the divine feminine, even if you are masculine Scorpio and you resonate with this. You understand the divine feminine goes back to the Empress energy, which goes back again to that idea of I know my self-worth. Okay? And if it does not meet my standards, it must go. And if I have to learn that the hard way, then I got to learn it the hard way. But again, I know what my worth is. And some of you are the divine feminine, where you felt like you were tempted into this situation, or that your heart was tempted, or unfortunately, somebody might have perceived you as the temptation. I don't know which way that's going. You either feel like you were the one who was tempted to offer your cup to someone who acted like they didn't want it, but yes, they did. Or somebody here perceives you as the divine feminine who just happens to be temptation. I would call bullshit on that. Because look at your worth. If there's temptation, it's because your value's through the fucking roof. Oh, imagine that. Being attracted to someone who actually has a lot going on for them. Inner healing, yes. Inner healing. Now, busy and distracted. I see that while you're doing your inner healing, you got a lot of busyness surrounding you. I saw that. There is an uptick in your 3D energy. Now, let's go back to that temptation. I'm not quite done with that. Capricorn energy doesn't have to be. I'm going back to that real quick. I did say it takes two, so in fairness, when I said you were trying to present your cup to somebody over and over who you knew wasn't taking it, they might have desired it, which is why you probably kept doing it. But at the end of the day, you were contributing to that problem. That's at the heart of the issue, and it ran contrary to knowing your worth. So in that respect, it could have been you that was temptation. I'm tempting you with the cup. See how beautiful my heart is, and so it is. Do you see how good my worth is? And so it is. And that's a good point. If you truly know your feelings, and if you truly know your worth, you don't have to tempt shit. I think this person was tempted by your feelings. But I also think a part of you was trying to tempt them with your own love cup. You know? And I think you realized that when you kept getting frustrated by the results. Why do I keep doing this? They clearly don't want it. So yeah, it does take two. They likely encouraged you to some extent. They were tempted by what you had to offer, and I think you were trying to give them that. I do. Okay, take control, so you did. I have every reason to believe that. You might have some very strong Aries in your chart. Take a risk. That's more of that full energy. Take control. When you feel like you've really gotten yourself together and in control, that's when you can start to open up and take a risk. Until then, saying stuck, we're saying hanged man. In other words, it's a temporary timeout, so don't worry about that. I'm not worried about it. Establishing healthy boundaries. So again, it's a pause for a reason. Okay, that's enough. For reals this time. Scorpio, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. I do not know what the next round of readings are, but they will obviously be in the next exactly 2 weeks from now, like they always are. Okay, like I said, I hope this helped. It was pretty straightforward. I see your beautiful strong points. I also see your weak spot. For some reason, this person represents a weakness, and what otherwise is a very healthy Scorpio that says, I know how to set boundaries. I know what I have to offer. I know what I'm worth. And for some reason, you lowered those concepts for this person, and somebody who's meant for you, you don't have to lower your standards for anybody. They want your standards. And you shouldn't have had to tempt shit. You don't have to prove your worth to anybody. It was there, very much so, for them to see and for everyone to see. You didn't have to do anything. It was already speaking for you. That's probably why they wanted you to try or encouraged you to try. But if somebody's not prepared to accept the cup, then they're just not gonna. You know? Okay. Put in the comments, like I said. Take care. Be well.